217 Recovery Podcast. All right, yeah.
Yeah, woo!
Yeah, I'm Corey Winfield. And see, that's all Rob's doing right there. Rob just had to play the sound effect.
Yeah, well, hey, add a little extra something in there. But
Yeah.
hey, I'm Rob.
Hey, I'm Matt. Again.
Whoa. Start calling you Ice-T.
Ooh, iced tea. There you go. Whoa.
The rapper, not the drink. Hey, if this is your first time listening, thanks and welcome. And I'm going to explain a little bit. You might have a question like, what is 217 Recovery? Actually, I had a guy ask me that today on Facebook Messenger. Here it is. Matt, Rob, and I were all in room 217 at the treatment center. We had lots of fun. We had lots of talks. And we decided we were going to do a podcast. And we got out and moved into a sober living together. And now we're doing a podcast. And we did it because it keeps us sober. And we get to help other people. And people can relate to us in a different way. Matt is completely different than I am. And Rob is completely different from Matt. And I'm completely different from Rob. We all have different stories. And we all have different things going on. So if you want to relate, or if you can relate to any of us and you have a question, or just maybe, hey, you want some advice, I don't know that we can give you the 100% doctor-approved advice, but, we can tell you what we've been through and some of the things that worked for us and some of the things that didn't work for us that maybe you can pick up on, and maybe it'll save you a little heartache. Maybe it won't take you 15 times going into treatment. I mean, as fun as it can be, it's still,
Right.
when you're telling your family again,
Going into treatment again. And
okay, well, we'll be there when you get out again, And,
yeah.
But anyway, so that's what we are. And if you go to our website, 217recovery.com, there's resources page. If you go up in the left-hand corner, you'll see like a little couple white lines. Click on those and you hover over, resources. Got a speaker on there. We need to add some more of those. And there's events on there too, like the Unite to Face Addiction UFAM rally. It's on May 17th, on the 17th of this month. Coming up in a couple weeks, we're going to be there, and we're going to be doing our broadcast from there. So if you're going to be there, look us up. I guess we're going to be in a high visibility area or something. That's what I was told today from Scott. So.
Wow, that's...
you want me to hit?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, yeah,
All right,
Rob, the sound effects.
Yeah, so...
Let's just stop the show and start playing sound effects. All right.
You gotta have the timing down, man.
Look at this one, dude.
What are you saying? You gotta have the timing down, but hey, it's all right. I can do the sound effects if you want, but
No,
on any token.
You want to mess with this mouse?
Yeah, sure. Because you sure as hell can't do it. So, but anyway, so yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, that was a cheap shot there. My mouse sucks. I
Yeah,
need a new one.
I know.
But instead, we're.
But you know what? That's where some of the donations can go. So,
But right now, we're doing other things with it, like buying a microphone, getting the website stuff.
yeah.
So I mean, we're slowly but surely, and we got to get stuff for the event. But anyway, come see us.
Yeah.
you'll see us out there, and come chat with us. We'll talk with you.
You fam.
Yeah, and if you want, you can. If you know of an event that's coming around, or maybe you want to get on our podcast with us, we'll come see it, man, or ma'am. We'll come see you.
Sir, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about some stuff. We'll help you out if you need something to promote or you want to raise awareness for something. Rob and I, should we take Matt next Wednesday
I think we should.
or this Wednesday?
I think.
Oh, please, can I go?
Okay, no.
Please,
no.
guys.
I don't know.
Not with that
I don't know,
attitude.
Curly. Come on.
Not with that attitude. Whoa. Definitely not with that attitude. Yeah, I can't. No, we're not even going to talk about where we're going, but maybe we will later.
Yeah.
But tonight we wanted to talk about something. Actually, Rob wanted to talk about something, so I will open. Well, don't look at me like that. You're like, no, don't get all Rob on me. Don't go
What does
Rob
that
on
even-
me.
what does that
Well,
even
what does it
mean?
mean?
No,
you
never
want to
mind.
explain
No,
that, Matt?
No, don't put it on Matt. Anyway, so okay, what is it on me now? All right. Yeah.
Oh, is it on Matt or is it on him?
No, it's on me.
Is it on Rob?
It's on Rob,
We
yeah.
need. What do we need? A director here? Or
I thought it
what?
was on Matt.
To explain what a Rob is? What a Rob is. Now, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, thank you. See,
Explain
he's
later.
speechless. Okay.
Okay, so I'll explain what a Rob is then.
Oh, okay, do it tactfully, will you? No, I didn't think so.
I'm not even going to do it.
Okay,
Not
good.
now.
Okay, good. Are you done?
That is exactly what a Rob is. You see what we just put Rob through? And if you keep doing that to him for like 20 minutes, he loses his mind. He goes crazy.
No, I don't.
He
Anyway.
does. Anyway, so that's a Rob. So thanks, Matt, for helping me with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rob, now finish your. What we're
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I just figured, a good topic to bring up, maybe, and it's been brought to my attention through several different facilitators, through different therapists, through different psychologists and psychiatrists. There are different ways to achieve recovery. I don't have a Webster's dictionary in front of me right now to give the actual definition of recovery, but recovery for the most part is living an active, participating life and being happy. Now, there are several different ways to go about that. Some people do AA. Well, I would say more people.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I think that's just my opinion of thinking, but I think
well,
people know AA
that's
is
questionable, your opinion of thinking, but at any rate, okay.
It's your
well,
perception right
let's
there.
perception.
It's your
Okay, do
perception.
you want to go into the E equals MC squared thing? We don't have to. Okay, but at any rate, a lot of people do AA. A lot of people do NA. A lot of people believe in holistic healing. A lot of people believe in medicated. Whether it's Eastern philosophy or Western. A lot of people stay productive in their community by helping out, volunteering, just being engaged in recovery to maybe help others find a pathway that works for them. So in this, I guess what I'm just trying to bring to light. Whoa, what was that? Hey, duck, guys, duck. No. But what I'm trying to bring to light is that there are different pathways. Yeah. Thank you, Corey.
See how distracting that is?
Yeah.
Anyway,
you.
different pathways. And I just want to stop you because I have a question, and I have short attention span sometimes. So I got to axe it before it goes out of my brain. Do you think that by having different multiple pathways, it makes some people think, oh, they're just going the easy route because they don't want to go to meetings 18 times a week or 5 times. They're just lazy. They want to work on their little podcast. And I'm from the thought, or, thinking that, hey, man, as long as you're doing something productive that helps you in your life and makes you happy, and whether it go...
And helps other people.
Yeah, and then there you go. To me, that could be better than an AA meeting for me. Some AA meetings I go to are good, and I get a lot out of them.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. Do you think it makes people think, oh, he's just choosing the
easy way
out?
Yeah,
by doing that. Or
half-stepping, I guess, would be the correct phrase. Half-stepping, yeah.
What do you think, man?
Well...
what do I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
You like tacos?
I do like tacos. And, I believe that people think that, but I also believe that multiple pathways, multiple people, there are different people, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
And, what somebody, draws inspiration from, is different than what somebody else can, be inspired by. So, who's to say?
Well,
tomato.
Right.
Potato.
Potato. Okay, so is it safe to say that you think or kind of agree with the whole thing about, recovery can be found in a lot of different ways? It doesn't necessarily have to be one method?
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, anyways, I believe it's all part of the spiritual awakening, and that doesn't happen in AA. It can happen just looking outside, or you know what I mean. Just really anything you take joy in, or enjoy doing. It could be going bowling.
Just being active.
Yeah, just finding joy in life. And for me, it's God, and God's everywhere. So really, recovery's everywhere, in my opinion.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
That's good. Oh, you want me to hit another sound effect?
Yeah, do the lightning. Yeah, I thought that was very inspirational. So you gotta get the piano, bro.
Dude, my mouse doesn't work, man.
Okay. So at any rate, well, I agree. That's good insight, Matt. Appreciate that, bro. Take a breath, all right?
Yeah.
You okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe get that out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it goes. I mean, it goes to show you that. I mean, I've seen a lot of people take different routes that have been successful in recovery. Your definition or the definition of recovery, and so, they say, even in like say AA meetings, they say take what you get from it and leave the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe that could be true for recovery too, and sometimes I feel like there really isn't a right or wrong way to do it, but by certain people that are doing it their way, which may be a mainstream way, let's just say, then you're not doing recovery the right way, or you're not participating the right way. And I think that in some cases that might frustrate people enough to make them maybe go out and use again, or just say this recovery isn't for me, and not steer people on the right line, and more or less do more damage than good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got something to add to that.
Yeah.
And actually, for the people who are, he's being lazy, he's not doing things this way or that way. Well, the bottom line is he recovering? Like, shouldn't we be happy for this person? Is he sober? Is he happy? You can tell by his walk if he's not miserable, and cursing everybody and, just looks, downward. What's it matter, And it's really, I believe on their part, it's deflection from self to look at somebody else, or to put everybody in a box.
Right.
Because really, like, what does it matter? As long as I'm sober, like me being sober in my recovery, I want the best for everybody.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter how you recover as long as you do. Like,
and you can see, wouldn't you agree? Like, you can see that in people, like a trueness, like, and this begs the question, which I always do. If somebody is giving me advice, where is it coming from? That's a big question for me whenever I'm talking to somebody, in recovery, and I tend to try to read people like, is it coming from a caring place? Is it coming from a helping place? Or is it coming from an ego place? And I mean, it's just, I've gotten frustrated as I know, talking with some other veterans, and I will say, talking with some other veterans, because I know a couple, and I'm just going to call it mainstream way of recovery, okay, because they've gotten frustrated with the way certain, let's just say, hypocrisies are run, and rather than what you're supposed to do is reach out a helping hand to somebody that you see that has struggled or has tripped up, and rather than reaching out a helping hand, they are more or less shunned or given the silent treatment or just treated in a way that would not be conducive for them to keep going on with recovery, and could lead them definitely back to a relapse, which could lead to the loss of their life. Now, what's jacked up about that? Mm-hmm.
And there was a meeting, an AA meeting, in Buchanan that I went to. Is actually Thursday nights, and this kid was in there. And for me personally, I look at addiction the same. Whether it's gambling, whether it's coke, whether it's meth, whether it's heroin, alcohol,
sex,
–
shopping,
except if it involves dogs. But
oh, man.
yeah, but I look at it because there's something else going on there. But I look at it all the same. So like, if someone comes in and they want, hey, let's help them. Let's talk. You're here for a reason. I'm here for a reason too. But there's this guy that this kid came in and he was talking about, he realized he was a junkie when he was looking in the mirror and saw the blood coming from his arm, whatever. Well, this guy who was running the meeting got all upset and he slammed his hands down and said, "This is for alcoholics only." And then you get some people say, "Oh, that's just the old timers." And okay, well, it's time to change, or I cannot go to those meetings anymore. And that's what I chose. I didn't go to Thursday night meetings. Not everyone in Buchanan was like this guy. Everybody else was really cool and like, yeah, and had the same thing. Like, we don't care if it's anything. Come in if you're looking for help, we're here for you.
Yeah,
because we came here looking for help too. So, I mean, it's kind of like up to you to kind of change it. And you can change it not by getting in an altercation with the guy. He had told me that I shouldn't have called this girl when I was at the hospital after a relapse. I had nobody else's number. And this chick was friends of mine on Facebook. So I reached out and said, "Hey, can you give me a ride?" And he was like, "You shouldn't do that. You should." And I'm like, "You should just work your program." I started getting a little lippy with him. But then, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, why? Why should I let that bother me? I can control what I do and where I go, and I will not go to that dude's meetings anymore. And then nobody was coming to his meetings, and then they were like, "Yeah, we need to talk to dude because nobody is coming to Thursday night meetings." So you can change it. You don't have to like get all up in somebody's face or anything about it, but there's things that you can do. But yeah, and when people have that kind of attitude towards people, like, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic. Am I better than you? Oh, I don't shoot stuff in my arms, or I don't snort stuff. I just drink."
Right.
It doesn't matter. You're not better than anybody else. You're not.
And unfortunately, that's what sometimes I feel like, because and this can play right into it. Like tonight, I introduced myself. I said, "Hello, my name is Rob. I'm a person in recovery." And I don't know because I can't read people's mind, but if some people look at it like, "Oh, well, what's he saying? He's not." I don't know if it can be misconstrued in one way or another. Because the reason why I say that is because when I feel like if I say I'm an alcoholic or I'm an addict, that is putting a label on myself when there's so much more to me than just being an alcoholic or an addict. Yeah, that is a part of me, but that's not who I am.
Right.
So that's why I do it the way I do. And I don't know if people look at that like, "Oh, well, in a certain way that's not acceptable or whatever." But the way I see it is I don't like putting labels on myself. And if somebody else wants to, then that's their choice. But I don't want to label myself as one thing that can be stigmatized, because there's multiple parts to me, and that's just one of them.
You remember Mike? Were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, when people choose to, "Well, you're not an alcoholic," or, "I am, and, I'm better than you." I think there's a lot of, when people do that, they really don't realize what they're doing. There's a lot of pride in that, and there's a lot, they're actually justifying their addiction, whether subconsciously or not. They are making it seem that, well, okay, being an alcoholic isn't as bad as what you've done. So in some way, shape, or form, they're believing that what they're doing isn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? So really, addiction is addiction. You know what I mean? Drugs has led people to the same roads and pathways that alcohol has. You know what I mean? There's homeless drunks. There's homeless drug addicts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's.
It's just.
It's the same, only different.
Right, right. And the outcome at the end is the same.
Yeah.
And that's just a life that has become completely unmanageable.
And once you put yourself up on a pedestal, and you start believing that you're better than everybody else, then you don't need advice from anybody else.
Right.
And you can do it on your own. And, well, you know everything anyways, you're always right, no matter, you lost your truck, you got drunk and cheated on your wife, you lost your house, but you were always right, though, so, once you come to that conclusion that you don't need anybody's help and you've been right all along, then you should be doing really well because you've done really well before.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When you find yourself protecting the bottle, as one of my therapists, Pana, I need to call him. What he told me, he was like, Corey, you're protecting the bottle. You always protect the bottle. It's never your fault. Well, it's my mom, she made me mad, or my girlfriend, she made me mad, and she did this, and they did this, and then that's why I drank. No, you drank because you like it, and you were trying to run from some shit, or some stuff, and and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, when he put it in that kind of way, like, you're protecting the bottle. Look at everything that's happened to you in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm like, yeah. He's like, it all had something in common. Every bad thing that happened to you had something in common. Yeah, what? He's like, alcohol. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. But I was trying to think of maybe it was something else. He's like, no, stop protecting the bottle.
Oh.
But
have you ever fell down the stairs and protected the bottle? Maybe broke every bone in your body, but you were still holding your beer upright? Has that ever happened? Protect the bottle that way? I just know a lot of alcoholics do that.
He put
I've
it from
done
a metaphorical to a literal sense, but that's cool, man, because it's the same thing.
He just reminded me, though. I wish I remember who told me. They said their friend died that way. He fell down the stairs. Bottle wasn't broken, but he broke his neck.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So,
it just goes to show what we hold dear in our addiction and our alcohol over our own lives, even in simple things.
Yeah.
Like that.
Wow.
Who told me that? I can't remember who told me that.
That's something to think about, huh? Now we're pondering. Hey, do the or something. Yeah.
Whoa, video go.
All right. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
So
I got one other thing I'd like to add while it's on my mind, if I could.
yeah.
Hey.
Is that right,
Whoa,
fellas?
watch out for that. Did you see that?
No,
Oh.
I heard it.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna get back to the spiritual awakening and part of recovery.
Damn it.
In my addiction, how I lived my life, I never really realized it until today. Was that I had no respect or regard for my own life, or what I was doing, where I was going, who I was. So the spiritual awakening, they say, is a change of mind and a change of heart. And you come to the realization that you don't have to live how you've lived. You don't deserve to live how you've lived and put yourself through the things that you've been through. There's a better life. You can live a better life. You deserve better things, good things, things that you've seen your peers, your family, everybody around you have, in front of you.
Yeah.
And, you've wanted, for me, I've wanted so much out of my life, but I chose not to go after it. I chose to be lazy and ignorant. And, when I say sometimes I'm ignorant and arrogant and this, I had somebody tell me the other day, man, you need to stop talking about yourself like that. You're not that. Well, yes, I am at times, not all the time, but that's also for me a part of being completely honest with who I am, the way I'm thinking, and I can look at myself all day in a flattering light, and take a hit off a vaporizer and blow smoke up my own ass, or I can be realistic and choose to not downgrade myself or hate on myself, but just be honest with myself.
Right.
But
yeah. And I mean, that's put very well, man. But kind of going back to what I was saying, the whole I've been kind of how do I put it? I don't want to I guess turned off about certain things. What I guess really where I'm going with this, and maybe I don't know if you guys wanted to wrap this up or not, but there really, I mean, the way I see it, there really is no wrong way to go about recovery. And maybe it's taken certain bits and pieces from a lot of different things. Maybe it's a little bit of holistic. Maybe it's a little bit of AA. Maybe it's a little bit of doing stuff like this, a podcast. Maybe it's a little bit of, exercise and athletics and, just a whole spectrum of things, And it's like, that's what I was saying in the meeting today, on the 9th step, okay, it says, making amends and taking care of the wreckage in the past. Well, okay, that's all fine and dandy, but am I taking a personal inventory at the end of the day and saying, well, have I been as good as I can be? Have I been nice to everyone? Have I been, because like I said, you get to a certain point and people like rest on their laurels, and not for me to take other people's inventory, but I just have felt uncomfortable in situations and judged, and not welcome. I've noticed, like, my sponsor who has 30 years, other sponsors that I've had plus 10 years, are so knowledgeable, and it seems like people with long-term recovery really are, and I hate to say it, but less judgmental, that actually have, and when I say recovery, I mean over a year, they don't persecute, they don't judge, they truly try to help, and that's why I say it comes back to, I have to look at people's motives when they're giving me advice and get a feel from it. Is it coming from a helpful place? Is it coming from a caring place? Is it coming from a place of ego? Because if it's coming from a place of ego, then you've lost me right there. So not to, reiterate that again too much, but
are you sure they're just not saying something you don't want to hear?
No, I mean, I can take constructive criticism very well, and I'll ask people, if there's something I'm doing wrong, please point it out.
They say if it don't apply, let it fly too. That helps. Helps me. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Oh yeah, okay, that's.
You know what I mean? If somebody says something to you ain't true, like, yeah. Get out of here, eh?
Hey, Curly. Okay.
But what when they say, what if they say stuff that is true? Like, you left some water on the floor in there. Like there's a trail of water all the way from the shower to the toilet.
Well,
and it's true.
If it's true, then it applies.
And it applies.
Sometimes it's hurtful.
Yeah. These guys in their East Coast accents.
That's what made you angry, is you were hurt.
Yeah, I was hurt, yeah.
See, the anger, it's a secondary emotion. There's something else in there that's causing that. It was hurt.
Yeah.
And it was a shower. It was water. And there was pee on the floor. See, why am I so angry when there's pee on the... I don't even know what I'm doing now. There's pee on the floor and I'm angry. Is it because I'm hurt?
Or because I'm afraid I almost tripped and fell and broke my neck.
I think it's because my mother yelled at me all the time for peeing on the floor. So now I see pee on the floor and I want to yell at other people because I was hurt. So maybe I was hurt. I don't know.
Well,
anyway. We should probably wrap this bad boy up. What, Matt?
No, I just had one.
Did you want to talk about that one stuff?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the water on the floor.
Oh, we already did that.
We just did that.
Well, I was going to say about the water on the floor, though.
No.
Like, I left some water on the floor, and that was wrong of me.
It was.
And that's why I got offended, was that somebody pointed out
a fault
that I did wrong.
You felt ashamed.
And I wanted to justify it, and that can go as far as I want to take it with in life, as getting wrong, or feeling like I'm always right, and even when I'm wrong, that's dangerous.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
it's dangerous.
If this one chick would give me my book back, I would let you read it. And one of the things it says, dude, is none of us want to ever be wrong, and we don't ever want to be called out on it. So it's like, if someone's wrong, just let it go.
Yeah,
but I can't do that, so I need to read the book again. That's why I really need it.
Give me that mouse.
Hey, I just want to clarify too, folks. I left water on the floor, not to piss on the floor that he was talking about.
No, he was at work.
I do not piss on the floor. I just want
You're talking
everyone
little
to
louder in the
know
microphone, though. You need to back it down.
that I
back it
do
down.
not
No,
piss.
You're getting red.
You can't
man.
even
You're
hear it.
going
People
red,
are turning
dude.
us off.
You're getting
I do
hot.
not piss on the floor.
You're getting hot.
I don't piss on the floor.
Okay.
All
Anyway,
right.
so Matt doesn't piss on the floor. So, all right. Thanks for not pissing on the floor, Matt.
Yeah, and we're gonna be back Saturday night, and we'll see if there's any more water on the floor. Hey, Marcel, there's water on the floor in the bathroom. Now he's not even gonna talk.
Oh no! Come on.
You gotta say hi.
Say hi to everyone, Marcel.
He's not
Hi,
gonna.
everyone.
No, say there's water on the floor.
Water on the floor.
There you go.
All right, hopefully you heard him. All right, 217 Recovery. Thank you again for listening. If it's your first time, I hope you enjoyed it.
Out here.
I was trying to be all sexy.
Oh well. Okay, I don't think it
Hey,
would.
you guys are getting close. You're finishing each other's sentences. And
No, that's not how we're finishing. if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, hey.
All right. Yeah, come see us, 217recovery.com for resources, for events. You can get free tickets to UFAM. Come out. If you're coming out, definitely stop by our booth and say what's up. Talk to us about recovery. Tell us where you're at. We want to hear your story. And, we'll just shoot the
breeze with
we'll
you.
shoot the bull with you.
Yeah.
All right, hit us up on Facebook as well. And we're going to have, when Facebook allows me to post a photo to the 217 Recovery group, I'm going to have a photo contest. So think about that, and maybe you get a shirt or something. I don't know. I didn't say the shirt was going to be new, but maybe we'll go and get you a shirt. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, until Saturday, we will talk to you, we're not going to talk to you later, but have fun listening, and please share this with your friends.